Om Amriteshwari Namaha. A warm welcome to Biocrest 2015, a symposium on biotechnology and the path ahead, commemorating the 10-year anniversary of Amrita School of Biotechnology. Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai, Managing Director of Kerala Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation, KINFRA, and Chairman of Keltron. Sampuja Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri, President of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham and Vice Chairman of Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Dr. Gillian Murphy, Professor Emeritus of Cancer Cell Biology from Cambridge University Department of Oncology and Adjunct Faculty at Amrita School of Biotechnology. Dr. P. Venkat Rangan, Vice-Chancellor of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. Dr. Bipin Nair, Dean of Amrita School of Biotechnology. Distinguished guests, faculty, students, and friends, welcome. To mark an auspicious beginning to the program, I request everyone to stand for a prayer.
ध्यायामो धवलावकुण्डलवती तेजोमयीं नैष्टिकीं स्निग्धाम्बाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवती मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुर संकीर्तनालापिनी श्यामांगी मधुस्निग्धसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ॐ ईश्वर्यै नमः ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om.
I now invite Dr. Bipin Nair, Dean of Amrita School of Biotechnology, to deliver the welcome address.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai, Founder and Managing Director of Kerala Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation. Dr. Gillian Murphy, Professor Emeritus, Cambridge University. Respected Swami Amritaswaroopanda Puri. Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice-Chancellor, Amrita University. Distinguished guests, members of the Amrita faculty from this campus and sister campuses, students, friends. A very warm welcome to all of you on this beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to the Amrita Puri campus of Amrita University. Welcome to Amrita Biocrest 2015, this one-day international program, International Symposium on Biotechnology, the Path Ahead. As all of you are aware, this event also commemorates the 10th anniversary of our Amrita Technology, having had our first academy in 2004-2005. This is an event which allows us to reflect on the 10 years gone by and bow down in humble gratitude for the and bountiful grace, for the unstinting and ever-flowing, for the constant guidance and spectacular direction we have received from our founder, our chancellor, our guru, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Amma, throughout these 10 years, and I'm sure well into the future. This is also an event which allows us to express our sincere appreciation for all the help, all the guidance, mentoring, support, collaboration, and friendship that we have received during this 10-year journey, not just in India, but from friends all across the globe. For this event today, we are privileged to have Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai, Founder, Managing Director of Kerala Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation, KINFRA, to grace the occasion. We appreciate your time and commitment to be with us today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Our very own Swamiji, Swami Amritaswaroopananda Puri, always a solid pillar of support, guidance, and encouragement. Although just back from hectic travel over the past few weeks, he very graciously agreed to bless us with his presence. A very warm welcome to you, Swamiji. It is indeed a matter of great pride and immense pleasure to welcome Professor Emeritus Dr. Gillian Murphy from Cambridge University, UK. We are extremely indebted to Dr. Murphy and Dr. Hideaki Nagase from Oxford University, who arrived here for this occasion from London and will be here with us for the next 3 weeks. A very warm welcome to both of you. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thankfully acknowledge the efforts of Dr. Hideaki Nagase and Dr. Gillian Murphy in facilitating the signing of a memorandum of understanding earlier this month between University of Oxford, UK, and Amrita University for research collaboration as well as faculty and student exchange. We are in the process of working out a similar arrangement with Cambridge University, UK as well. It's a pleasure also to welcome Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice-Chancellor of Amrita University. Dr. Venkat Rangan has always been a strong mentor, full of encouragement and advice in all activities of the School of Biotechnology. A very warm welcome to you, sir. A hearty welcome also to all our distinguished invited guests today. Dr. Bipin Nair, National Chair in Disease Biology, the Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology, Trivandrum. Dr. Sri Kumar Suryanarayan, CEO, C6 Energy, Bangalore. Dr. Anand Kumar, CEO, Bugbugs, Bangalore. Dr. M.D. Nair, consultant to the pharma industry based in Chennai. Dr. Taslim Arif Sayed from CCAMP, Bangalore. Dr. Radha Das, formerly of the Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. And Dr. Sharmila Mande, Tata Consultancy Services, Pune. Welcome to Biocrest 2015. Many of us have very fond memories of Bioquest 2013, when we hosted the International Conference on Biotechnology for Innovative Applications a couple of years ago. This year, we felt that although it was too early to host a follow-up conference, we wanted to, in some way, herald, in some way, acknowledge, and in many respects, pay tribute to everyone who contributed to, and more importantly, have a sense of gratitude for the bountiful grace that has been with us throughout this journey of the past decade. 10 years of a wonderful journey. A journey with plenty of ups and downs. A journey of trials and tribulation. A journey of roses and thorns. A journey of peaks of excellence and depths of mediocrity, a journey worth it every minute of the way. It has been a journey that started out with Amma's blessings in 2004. From that modest beginning with about 25 BSc students and the same number of MSc students, we have grown from strength to strength and reached a fairly invincible position, being regarded as among the best in the country, with undergraduate, master's, and PhD programs well established on a solid footing in all respects and all under one roof. What started out in September of 2004 as the TIFAC Center of Relevance and Excellence in Technology under the Mission Reach program of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to establishing partnerships with industry leaders like Biocon in India and MDS Pharma Services in the US, to securing funding from most major government and private funding agencies like DBT, DST, MHRD, ICMR, CSIR, and the Gates Foundation, to collaborating with the IITs as the national coordinator to create virtual labs in biotechnology, to signing agreements establishing analytical research centers with industry leaders like Agilent Technologies, to steering the award of the first US patent awarded to Amrita University, to establishing state-of-the-art facilities for neurobiology and neurophysiology, to putting the final feather in the board for the most prestigious of funding agencies, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and in partnership with BIRAC, all in the span of the past 10 years. It has indeed been a scintillating run, which has, at the risk of sounding arrogant, left most of our competition across the country struggling to keep pace. It is in this kind of a setting that we, on this day, have to acknowledge a big debt and be grateful for the constant positive encouragement and support that we have received all along from all our friends, our well-wishers, our collaborators, our mentors, our guides, as well as the incessant grace and blessings from Amma. And we pray that with God's grace, we are able to continue to improve ourselves in everything that we do as we continue this journey to the heights of excellence in all our pursuits. Once again, thank you for being with us here today. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to Biocrest. Welcome to Amrita University. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.
Thank you, sir. I would next like to introduce Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai, founder and managing director of KINFRA and the chairman of Keltron. Dr. Pillai, one of the pioneers of industrial development in Kerala and a 40-year veteran in the field, holds a PhD in management and is a fellow of such celebrated bodies as British Institute of Management in London, National Institute of Personal Management in Calcutta, and All India Management Association in New Delhi. In the past, Dr. Pillai was assigned to head state enterprises such as Fertilizers and Travancore Chemicals Limited, FACT, and Infrastructures Kerala Limited, INCL. I now invite Dr. Pillai to deliver the inaugural address.
Sampujya Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri, President of Amrita University, Dr. Gillian Murphy, Cambridge Research Institute, Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice-Chancellor, Amrita University, Dr. Bipin Nair, Dr. Geetha KUmar, my old-time friend Dr. Nair, and experts in the field of biotechnology, academicians, students, friends, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a specialist in biotechnology, but I have the rare opportunity to attend the early international conferences in Boston way back in 2004. There's an international biotechnology conference. As a student who trying to understand what it is, it was a great experience. And the day happened to be the swearing-in ceremony of George Bush II, and I happened to be in the evening with the lady, a Jamaican lady, her husband is Dr. Menon, both were biotechnologists, and this lady is a pro-Kerry, and Mr. Menon is a pro-Bush, and that the fight was going on in the House, and the last defeat acceptance speech of Kerry was going on, so I can't forget the day. It is in 2004. From that point of view, let me take on. We in KINFRA, Kerala Infrastructure Development Corporation, we started our simple efforts in the field of biotechnology way back in early 2000, where Mr. Nair also joined us in hand-holding us in our efforts. Later on, I left the organization, and the efforts continued. We were assisted by the Department of Biotechnology, and the story goes on. And now the great incubation center, which we started in Kalamassery, in Cochin, the efforts are going on in that direction. In the field of nanotechnology also, we did something, and world famous, some experts also were brought. At the same time, Honorable Minister could not be here, and he has been instructed me to inform this august audience, where the biotechnology is flourishing for the last couple of years, that any effort of anyone in the field of biotechnology, the government is prepared to partner with that. And especially the Amrita Institute, any assistance which they require from the government of Kerala, the Honorable Minister is prepared to extend to the same thing. And Kerala government also decided that biotechnology as a mission mode approach, like IT, electronics, likewise biotechnology also will be taken up on a mission mode approach. So any partnership, assistance, enabling, or whatever the government has to do, the government of Kerala is prepared to do that also I just wanted to inform. And suitable budget provision also will be made in the coming year's budget. This is what the minister wanted me to convey. We all of us know that the word biotechnology has been a talking point. It has been received enormous importance and significance in the last 2 decades or so, which is just unprecedented. Due to its unlimited potential to serve and to benefit the humanity, probably this might have happened in the past over 20 years. We all know that it has touched our lives in all aspects, such as whether it is a food, whether it is health or animal life, it has been touching the day-to-day life. The capability of biotechnology to meet the demand of depleting energy resources, which is basically the fossil fuels, which it is to be replaced by biofuels. And also the daily life of ours starts with when we make the toothbrush, maybe whether it is a neem leaf or a mango leaf or the ingredients of a toothbrush. And starting from that, when we drive the car using the biotechnologically developed fuels, the medicine either to keep us healthy or to control chronic diseases, everywhere the word biotechnology is assuming importance. So it is the technology which that makes the life more and more convenient and comfortable with the employment of biological resources. I need not say the word biotechnology is the combination of biology and technology. So how the biotechnology can be useful to the human life should be the concern. I remember a famous address about 30-35 years back, Swami Amritaswarupananda, the president of the then president of the Ramakrishna Mission. He made a very famous address before the professionals and technical people. He was only lamenting being the second world's largest technical and managerial professionals in the world, has not coming down from the ivory towers and the laboratories, which could be useful to the common man. This was a very touching address he made in Punjab, where the lot of agriculture experts and the professionals were present. Why is it not happening? So commercialization is not a bad word, but it should not be profit-oriented alone. It should benefit the humanity at large. Biotechnology is an area where this has a very, very important relevance as far as that is concerned. So we all know that biotechnology may not be in that name, but in practice it is prevalent much before the term biotechnology has coined in the world. Early man used to eat raw meat. When he wanted food, he used to raw meat, when they found a dead animal. But later on, during harsh weather, there was a paucity of food. So hence, the need for keeping the meat or whatever needed, it was started. Then he turned to the so-called agriculture, how to domesticate the food products. That is become agriculture. They brought seeds of plants, mostly grains, and sowed them near the shelters where they are living. They understood the importance of water, light, and other requirements for optimal growth of food plants. Domestication of wild animals again become one of the aspects which is led to the animal breeding and animal farming. And methods of food preservation and storage become extremely important. They went to the cold caves where this can be kept. They found out from their own instinct, they found out this has to be preserved and kept. If we look at the history of biotechnology, we will find that the first product is cheese, which somehow, whether it is accidental or by trial and error method, it has been found from an enzyme which is a stomach of calves, it is found out. We know that exposing milk to microbes, thereafter it happened. Curd, it is formed. Fermentation of product, vinegar, yeast, these are all the historical development. And the crossbreeding of the animals led to mule, a crossing of horse and the donkey, which happened thereafter in Alexander Fleming's invention. It goes on like that. As I mentioned to you, when I was attending the international conference in Boston, my host taken me to the university. We accidentally crossed with Dr. Hargobind Khurana, who was made very vital inventions. And we had a small chat on the corridor of the Boston University. And he is able to synthesize the DNA in a test tube, and Carl Mullis later on add value to Khurana's discovery by amplifying a DNA in a test tube. And Ian Wilmut, an Irish scientist, we all know that he has cloned the adult animal, and later on Craig Venter in 2000 be able to sequence the human genome. So these are all considered to be as new possibility for creating life in a test tube, which could be planned and designed by a human being. The possibility has come. In future, can we produce life as per our imagination and whims? This is a big question mark. Biotechnology has brought humanity to this level of comfort. The next question is, where will it take us? It has both beneficial and destructive potential. This has been debated by various academicians, universities, industrial giants, country heads, and whatnot. We should decide how to use this technology to help humanity. As Swami Amritaswarupananda said, how to help the humanity. The ancient system that the Ayurveda assumes the fetuses are alive and conscious when it prescribes a particular mental and spiritual regimen. The fetus, the woman's fetus of a pregnant woman. The assumption in Mahabharata, I look at it, when warrior Arjuna describes to his pregnant wife how to get into the 7-stage military strategy. The sound of hearing it was Arjuna could be hearing the note sound of somebody. So he go on describing. Later on, he found that his wife is actually sleeping. Then he stopped it there because it ascended up to the strategic point. But how to come down, he did not explain because he found that it was maybe so boring that the wife went on a sleep. And the fetus in the womb was listening to this. And Arjuna thought that the wife is listening to this. So the mental or the spiritual regimen of the fetus, that was listening to this. This is another excellent story of later on Abhimanyu was born, and when the war started, the war was with his father's cousins, his own uncles and aunts. So the war went on. So finally he reached the top and nobody could defeat him, but he doesn't know how to come down, and he was killed in the process. In again the Mahabharata, how the 100 Kaurava brothers came to being is again a story which the biotechnologists worldwide describe about. We know the stem cells. From a coconut leaf, we can create hundreds and thousands of coconut trees. Likewise, at the 100, a saint, the mother Gandhari produced a mass of flesh after 2 years of pregnancy. The sage divided the flesh into 100 parts, which were treated with herbs and ghee and kept in pots for 2 years, from which the Kaurava brothers, 100 people, emerged. And this is a thing which Indian proponents of stem cell research often offer the story as an early instance of human cloning through stem cells extracted from human embryos. Now, I just thought that the history is very long, and it is something Indian can be proud of. When we talk about modern biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, on waste treatment, which is a big menace in the whole of India, and equally important is the concerns of biotechnology, whether genetically engineered food, what are the questions arising out of that, the risk associated with food safety, how these uses may benefit or harm the interest of different groups, politically or otherwise, the society, the health effects, how a biotech-derived food with higher content of digestible iron, whether it is affect the human body. I know some of the people, the groundnut or the peanuts or even the cashew nut, if it is taken, suddenly there is an allergy problem. Whether this sort of experiment, whether it will pass on to the soya beans. These are big questions asked by the experts. So developments are underway in the various fields like diagnostics, textiles, aquaculture, forestry, chemicals, household products, environmental cleanup, food processing, forensics. It goes on. The list, I don't want to read the list. And at the same time, the various fields of biotechnology like blue biotechnology, aspect with the marine and aquatic application, the green biotechnology, which is in agriculture process, the red biotechnology in medical process like antibiotics and genetic manipulation, white biotechnology in industrial biotechnology on industrial processes, the list goes on. I only wanted to say that the research or the invention aspect, whether it is innovation or invention, both are different. So this on biotechnology is a field where the scientific community, the technical community, the students of the biotechnology has to harp on again and again. There's no limit for the growth of biotechnology which will be useful to the human being. I can only say an old Sanskrit slogan, Udyame nahi siddhanti. Once you effort, Udyama means effort, nothing is impossible. Udyame nahi siddhanti. Karyani na manoratha. If you daydream, manoratham, nothing is going to happen. Nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mruga. A sleeping lion, it goes on sleeping. No small animal will come and queue up saying that, come on, you eat me because you are hungry. The lion has to jump, catch the prey, then only he can survive. So this is a question of survival. The lions and lionesses who are sitting here, the students, they should emerge like the lion, jump the field of biotechnology and achieve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai, for that enlightening talk and for conveying the minister's message as well. I would now like to introduce Sampujya Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri, the President of Amrita University and the Vice Chairman of the Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Swamiji is the senior most of the monks initiated by Amma, dedicating his life to humanitarian service and in the pursuit of knowledge. He has shared Amma's teachings through the many books that he has authored. He holds dual degrees in Western and Indian philosophy and is a renowned composer and singer of traditional Indian devotional music. With his constant guidance, encouragement, and support, Swamiji has played a very active role in everything that we do since the inception of the school. We are extremely grateful to have him here with us today. I now invite Sampujya Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri to enlighten us with his words of wisdom.
Snehalokasumohanavadana Karunardranatanayanam Ramya Sridhajanapalana Vigram Saumya Amritanandamayim Pranamami Om Amriteshwariyai Namah. I humbly bow down at Amma's lotus feet. My salutations to everyone gathered here this morning. Dr. Gopala Pillai, Dr. Gillian Murphy, Dr. Venkat, Rangan, Dr. Bipin Nair, Dr. Geetha Nair, and the dignitaries of the stage, dear brothers and sisters. I'm neither a scientist nor an expert in any field. I'm just a servant of Amma, one among the thousands of servants. But this word, Biocrest, it really attracted me. So this is my own interpretation. I don't want you to accept it. You can reject it, no problem. But this is what I feel about it. So Biocrest, bio means life. It's just a general translation. And crest means peak. So the pinnacle of life. That is what I would say about Biocrest. A process to attain the pinnacle of life, the ultimate point. And modern science does it by traveling or inquiring objectively, and spirituality does it through subjective inquiry. And this is what is believed by many scholars across the world, and even among some of the modern scientists. They strongly believe that at one point of time both objective science and spirituality will meet. So objective science is coming from the outside towards the center, if this is a center. And subjective science, spirituality, it's going out from the center. So it's already there in the center. Subjective science, spirituality, the truth about the universe, the mystery about the universe. So one important lesson of our scriptures, the Indian scriptures in particular, which normally we overlook, is the call to a life of glory. There are many passages in the Vedas, in the Upanishads, in the epics, in which the Rishi prays for greatness. Oh Lord, make me lustrous. May I be the most glorious. May the sun, the moon, the earth, and the sea and the sky, and the heaven made by Thee be always favorable to us for achieving ultimate success. There was a time when science believed that there is no connection between human beings and the universe. It's like apples in a basket. Neither the apple nor the basket is aware of their association, their connection. Whereas now, modern science says that everything has a connection, contrary to what they believed years ago, as though things were just hanging in the atmosphere, in the air. But now, few think it vibrates in the galaxies. That's what modern science says. And spiritual science says the earth, the moon, the sun, the Milky Ways, the galaxies, the ocean, the stars, it's you. It's in you. It's almost like modern science saying that human beings, the entire creation, is connected with the universe. If you think, Amma says it's like a net. We talk about computer networking. It's like a net. The entire universe is like a net. If there is a small vibration in one corner of the net, it is vibrated on the other. It's reflected on the other corner of the net. So the whole chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, in which Sri Krishna exalts the best or most outstanding specimen in each class of beings by identifying himself with it. He says, among trees, I am the Ashwadha. I am the great banyan tree. I am the fig. And among divine sages, I am Narada. Among the singers, the musicians, I am Chitraradha. And among sages, I am Kapila. So he sums up the general principle of Vibhuti Yoga in these words: whatsoever being is glorious, good, prosperous, or powerful, understand thou that to go forth from a fragment of my splendor. In this way, Sri Krishna has commended the celebrities in all walks of life, not just celebrities. Everything beautiful, everything attractive, everything powerful. And this is the gospel of super excellence, a clarion call to all aspirants. We are all aspirants to acquire greatness and glory by their golden deeds. As if to leave no room for doubt, the same previous lesson was taught Sri Krishna while showing his cosmic form, the Vishwarupa, where Arjuna beholds the entire universe, the entire creation, the emergence, from where it is emerging, and how it is being sustained, and the final dissolution. So Krishna tells Arjuna, therefore, you are not just an individual, you are not just a limited human being. In you exists the entire universe, the power of the universe. So stand up, win for thyself renown, conquer thy foes. Enjoy the wealth-filled realm. So modern thinkers have made a strong plea for the cultivation of super excellence. Thus, Emerson wrote, if a man can write a better book, preach a better sermon, or make a better mousetrap than his neighbor, though he builds his house in the woods, the world will make a way, make a beaten path to the door. We certainly have a lot of limitations and weaknesses. We can go up to a certain extent. Beyond that is God's realm. As Amma puts it, when you ask a singer or a musician, where does the song come from? How do you play the guitar? How do you play the flute? The bamboo flute. It's just a wooden thing made up of bamboo with several holes. How do you make music? And if the musician says it comes from my heart, will you find music if you open up his heart? If you do a bypass surgery, will you see music sitting there? And if the musician says it comes from my throat, will you see music there? From my ears? Will you find music? No. From where does music come from? Beyond. Somewhere beyond. Beyond your mind, beyond your body. That place. That place. Science has to accept that place. For the question Dr. Gopala Pillai asked, he quoted Swami Ranganathanandaji, why does it come down to the level of common man? Why doesn't science reach out to the ordinary people? Why is it not useful why is it not made useful for the common people? Because it doesn't go hand in hand with spirituality. With this aspect, the aspect of beyond, the beyondness, so to speak. The power beyond. Science has to accept it. And Amma accepts it, Amma lives in it. And Amma's entire life is an embodiment, is a standing example, is a witness of that truth. That's why she's able to serve the common people, the suffering people. So super excellence means constant improvement and innovation, thinking in straight lines instead of curves, introduction of simpler procedures, time and labor-saving devices, better and cheaper goods, making 2 blades of grass grow where one grew before. People who are associated with Amma and her work will understand this. There is nothing in world which cannot be improved. The best is yet to be made, whether in books or automobiles, in the field of medicine, radios and nylons, medicines or men. So dear brothers and sisters, Amma doesn't want any one of her children to be in the lower, average or mediocre categories. She wants us to be the highest, even beyond that. Amma wants us to lead a glorious life. She wants us to create the best out of us. And Amma's wish is that her children must be the best, the cream of society, not below average, mediocre, or high, but the highest. And in fact, none of us are average. None of us are below average. None of us are mediocre people. We are the highest, the peak, Biocrest, the pinnacle of life. It is within us. It is there, hidden. You just have to discover. No, rediscover. Remove the cover. As Amma puts it, you are not like a candle that needs to be lighted. You are self-luminous like the sun. May the divine grace, Amma's grace, be with all of us to attain that pinnacle of life. Om Amriteshwariye Namaha.
Thank you, Swamiji. I would next like to introduce Dr. Gillian Murphy, Professor Emeritus of Cancer Cell Biology from Cambridge University Department of Oncology. Professor Gillian Murphy received her PhD from the Department of Biochemistry at Birmingham University and then completed a NATO Royal Society Fellowship at the Max Planck Institute. Subsequently, Dr. Murphy joined at the Department of Oncology in Cambridge, where she served as the Chair of Cancer Cell Biology from 2002 to 2014. Her work focuses on cell surface proteinases, both extracellular matrix and the activities of key cytokines and growth factors. Her research also focuses on novel therapeutic approaches to cancer. I now invite Dr. Gillian Murphy to address the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen of Amrita University Department of Technology and fellow invitees to today's Biocrest, I'm very honoured to stand here before you to give a felicitation to this remarkable department, the School of Biotechnology. I'd like to thank Dr. Bipin Nair and all his colleagues for organising this event and for inviting me to come here. I think this is a wonderful achievement. You've already heard quite a bit about how the school has developed from Dr. Bipin Nair. But I just wanted to really reiterate some of those points. Over the last 10 years, the development of biotechnology here at Amrita University has established itself as a leading player in the education of students in modern science, in modern bioscience, applicable to a fast developing world, but within a culture based on spiritual values. And we all appreciate that it is thanks to the bountiful grace of Amma herself that this has been made possible. And I know you all appreciate what a debt you owe to her in particular. The school has won many accolades over those 10 years, quite remarkable looking in from the outside world. From the Government of India, such as the NAAC Grade A Award, and the selection as a Centre of Relevance and Excellence, the core scheme. And this, as well as the international community's recognition of the work going on here and the education of you students in such a terrific, really intention to really serve humanity, really has to be commended. The school has also developed a very strong research program, again along the themes of bioscience to help humanity. These too are receiving international recognition, such as the recent DBTI Birack Gates Foundation Award to facilitate the availability of decontaminated water. I know you're all looking forward to the next 10 years of success, and I want you to think about this. Onwards and upwards, the higher, the fewer. Like the rest of India, I think the important thing for the Amrita School of Biotechnology is to appreciate your strengths and to build on them. And we've already heard that it is a very fast-moving biological world out there, very much dependent now on input from information technology, from electronics, other forms of engineering. And these are your strengths. And we all look forward to seeing you pulling these things together and as we've already heard, climbing to the very highest peak of biotechnological achievement. Thank you very much.
Murphy. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. P. Venkat Rangan, Vice-Chancellor of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. Dr. Rangan is an internationally recognized pioneer of research in multimedia systems and internet e-commerce, an area in which he is an inventor of fundamental techniques with global impact. He was the founder and director of the Multimedia Laboratory at the University of California, San Diego, where he served as a professor of computer science and engineering. With over 100 research papers and 30 patents to his credit, Dr. Venkat Rangan has been the driving force behind the setting up of a large number of interdisciplinary research centers within Amrita University. I now request Dr. Rangan to inspire us with a few words.
Om Amriteshwari, my pranams are Amma's lotus feet. My pranams to our beloved Swamiji, Swami Amritaswaroopananda Puri. Very warm greetings to all the distinguished guests on the stage, the distinguished friends, the audience, staff and students, and a very hearty congratulations to Dr. Bipin Nair for the exceptional accomplishments. You know, the whole center of the School of Biotechnology, I don't know whether Sudeep remembers it or not. It was in the May of 2004, first year as a university. Amma was just about to leave on the US tour. So we were waiting for some last minute instructions from Amma. And Amma said, why don't you start something in biotechnology? And that was the seed sown by Amma. And the last 10 years, continuous guidance from Amma and wonderful leadership by Dr. Bipin, the school has grown to international standards. You know, the other day, about just 3-4 days ago, CEO of a company called InPods came to my office in Coimbatore, and he is from Seattle. This company is based in Seattle. It's a computer company. He casually mentioned that his wife is a teacher of microbiology at Bellevue College in Seattle, and she uses our biotechnology virtual labs that has been developed here at the School of Biotechnology. Before, to all our students have to work on the biotechnology virtual labs developed by us before they actually work on the real samples. So I was extremely pleased that how Amma's grace has manifested itself in these kind of fruitful results. And of course, as a computer scientist, you know, so Gillian talked about bringing technology, IT into the life sciences. But you know, as a computer scientist, as a wireless networking scientist, I am really fascinated by the life sciences, because you know, yesterday I was wondering in the night, in wireless and multimedia, we struggle to locate the exact position of objects called GPS. GPS is of course generally known for, you know, driving cars and other things, but GPS is, there is a technology of GPS that is needed for every object in this world. So today, the resolution at which we can identify object locations are usually meters. Not even, you know, tens of centimeters, but hundreds of centimeters, that is meters, several meters. So we can't precisely identify where a particular object in the room is, where the microphone is, where the speakers are, where an individual is. For example, suppose somebody suddenly asks a question, can I automatically direct the camera towards that particular individual by exact location of the identification? So it's not possible using the latest and the greatest information technology. But a mosquito comes and just, you know, gives me a prick anywhere on the body. I don't need to switch on the light to figure out where exactly the mosquito is actually biting me. Even if 10 of them bite me, you know, all of them were there. And if you actually try to computer program it, it's a very complex program. You know, it's a moving coordinate system. My hand is moving, this hand is moving. I have to adapt the coordinate system rapidly and determine the exact location. So it's a fascination. But then, I think there is an inherent divide between technology, information technology, and bio life sciences. And that is because there is a big fight, I think, or big competition between carbon and silicon. The whole information technology, computer science is based on silicon. Entire life sciences is, built upon carbon. And both carbon and silicon, if you know, they are just one after another in the same group in the chemistry periodic table. And carbon has been given so much prominence by God in the life sciences side, but the entire computer technology is based on silicon. And we are trying to build human-like machines using silicon, and carbon is not revealing its secrets of how the life processes are built. But anyway, that's just for you to fire up your imagination on. So at the university here, by Emma's grace, university has grown by leaps and bounds. A number of new innovations. We have started to introduce a very powerful initiative called Live-in Labs to exactly address what Sri Gopala Pillai was talking about, bringing science and technology to the realm of the actual society, the rural poor. So in this Live-in Labs, which is a university-wide initiative, as you all know, almost 2-3 years ago, Amma started the adoption of about more than 100 villages all over India. So we are giving an opportunity to all of our students and faculty to go to these villages as part of the curriculum. They will get credits, course credits, as part of the curriculum during the summer, spend 2-3 weeks every summer, study the problems faced by the rural people, and then start thinking about their projects and research work around building solutions for these problems. So that's a very important initiative, university-wide. We are opening it up to all the students and faculty with credits. We are also starting, as part of the curriculum innovation program, starting next year, a opportunity for students to have dual major or dual specializations. So for example, an engineering student could possibly specialize not only in electrical engineering, but also in biofuels, energy, for instance. And biotechnology inherently is interdisciplinary, and so it adapts very well to dual specialization, for instance. Few other, we are introducing project-based courses very early on, even at the bachelor's and of course definitely the master's level. Even at the bachelor's level, early on project-based courses where the students get a taste for research. Amma says that each one of us has a spark of creativity in us. What is needed is to fan that spark so it becomes a conflagration that you cannot control, that creativity in the form of research, publications, and so on. So this will give you opportunity early on to get involved in research as part of your curriculum, and then have the opportunity to publish and participate in international forums. We also, Amma, very recently, just about 2 weeks ago, gave a specific guidance. It's amazing how Amma knows about the issues that the students are facing. She mentioned quite directly and seriously that our students here are not getting adequate mathematical foundations that are needed for international caliber research. There's an amazing guidance coming from Amma, because we didn't figure it out ourselves. So Amma had to tell us. So that's the most recent guidance from Amma. So as a result, we are trying to enhance all our curriculum with stronger mathematical foundations, which is needed in all fields, whether it is biotechnology, whether it's engineering, medicine. All of the fields require a stronger mathematical foundations in order to carry out international caliber discipline research. So these are some of the important academic innovations that are just coming university-wide that the faculty and student can look forward to. One more innovation is called fractal credits, where today most of the courses are monolithic, 3 credits or 4 credits, full semester long. So now we are trying to introduce fractional credit-based courses, which will have 1 credit, maybe even 0.5 credits, 2 credits, so the modules. So you can have a much more fine-grained learning, teaching, learning experience that includes concepts like flipped classrooms, where a lot of use of videos is encouraged, a lot of the use of MOOCs, the massively online open courses are used, and so on and so forth. So these are all many of the innovations that are coming up. Incidentally, the whole concept of MOOC, which has become so popular, I will tell you a secret. Amma actually invented this concept of MOOC way back in 2004 when we launched, Sudeep may remember again, when we launched the 5-campus satellite network to run courses for all the students, to broadcast courses from one campus to all the campuses, not only Amrita campuses, about 40 universities all over India. This was launched in 2004 from Amrita as a result of Amma's initiation. So these are all the innovations that are coming your way. So we pray for Amma's guidance, and then also continuous support and encouragement of well-wishers, distinguished well-wishers who are gathered here today from all over the world to help us reach the ambitious goals that we have set for ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rangan. As a token of our appreciation, I now request Swamiji to present Dr. G.C. Gopala Pillai and Dr. Gillian Murphy with a memento. Thank you. I now invite Dr. Geetha Kumar, Professor of Amrita School of Biotechnology, to the podium for the vote of thanks.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. First of all, I'd like to express my immense gratitude to my Guru and our beloved Chancellor Amma for her infinite blessings, grace, and guidance, without which we would certainly not be where we are today. We are very happy to have reached an important milestone, and it's a proud moment for all of us. We would like to thank Dr. Gopala Pillai for having taken time to come here. As you mentioned in your talk, sir, it actually addressed all aspects of biotechnology. And as you so succinctly mentioned in your talk, it meets the demands of our planet's depleting resources. At Amrita, our Chancellor Amma strongly emphasizes on research with a societal impact, and that's what we're all focused on here. We're also looking at productization of our research, and we look forward to having more interactions with you in the near future and to develop a relationship with the industry sector, especially with our technology business incubators and other related projects. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Mere words are not enough to express our heartfelt gratitude to Swamiji, Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri, whose constant guidance and steadfast support are always pillars of strength for any and all of our activities. Swamiji, you mentioned in your talk how we should all strive for excellence. And with Amma's blessings and grace, we will definitely strive to reach for those heights. But you have been a towering example of dedication to excellence for all of us. The beautiful manner in which you so seamlessly integrated science and spirituality was very inspiring to all of us. Om Namah Shivaya, Swamiji. We are very fortunate to have with us Dr. Gillian Murphy, who so graciously responded to our request and traveled all the way from UK to join us on this momentous occasion. It has indeed been a pleasure to interact with you and learn from you. We eagerly look forward to a fruitful collaboration and benefiting from your experience. Thank you for being here, Dr. Murphy. We would like to express our gratitude to our Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Venkat Rangan. We have greatly benefited from the encouragement involvement, and help we have always received from you. You've supported our progress and directed us in all our endeavors. Thank you for being with us today here, Dr. Murphy. I'd also like to extend my appreciation to the Dean, members of the faculty, staff, and students of the School of Biotechnology for so beautifully coming together in a unified manner to make this event successful and in making this 10-year journey of ours a very memorable one. Thank you all. A special note of thanks to the press and media for being here. And last, but definitely not the least, we would also like to thank our general administration, ICTS, multimedia, and electrical departments for all the help and support they extend to us to help make this event a grand success. Thank you all. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.
Thank you, Dr. Geetha. This marks the conclusion of the inaugural program. Lunch will now be served at Annapurna Hall. The plenary talks will begin at 1:30, so we request everyone to return to the hall before then. After lunch, there will be a very interesting set of talks in the most awaited town hall meeting, so please be back before 1:30. Thank you.